Marvintown, a beautiful painting by Ida Heibel, shows an idyllic place from the past in Erie, Pennsylvania. Includes a story about the old neighborhood as told by Marion Fromnecht, Christine's Chronicles, posted March 21st, 2020 by Xteen the writer. And here's the beautiful painting called Marvintown. Who can imagine a time when East 28th and Parade Streets looked like this facing south? Check out this oil painting of Marvintown by Ida Heibel, who created the image from her memory of when she lived there as a child. Here's the story as told by Marion Fromnecht. Marvintown was the farm of Elihu Marvin, 1791 to 1878. He lived in the Senate Place, which formerly stood on the northwest corner of 28th and Parade Streets. Mr. Marvin moved here from Ripley, New York in 1842. About 1864, he built a residence on 10th Street, where he resided until his death. Mr. Marvin's wife was Anne Humphreys, a niece of General David Humphreys of Derby, Connecticut. Their granddaughter, Sarah L., born 1840, married Matthew Griswold. Sarah L. Olmsted Griswold died in 1871. Since Marvintown was the intersection of two roads, one Pine Avenue or Route 8 leading to Wattsburg and the other the Old French Road leading to Waterford, a small village sprang into existence, and in 1852-53, Mr. Marvin employed Samuel Lowe to lay out the land in lots. The lots were sold principally to Germans, and finally Mr. Marvin disposed of his home to Pardon Senate. In the early part of 1977, the Erie Historical Society received a 10x8 oil painting representing a view of 28th and Parade Streets and the area south. The artist was the late Ida Heibel, 1890 to 1965. This painting is still hanging in the Historical Society. The painting and description are Ida's recollection of the area as she knew it in about 1895. Her maiden name was Ida C. Emmeling. She and her sister Marie were orphans at an early age, and they were brought up by Mr. J.R. Renderly, whose farm was at the southeast corner of 38th and Pine Avenue. She was accustomed to a daily walk from this point to school at St. John's, 27th and Wallace Streets, so that the details of her walk through this area became firmly etched in her memory. Mrs. Heibel left handwritten notes about the scene of her painting. With its cherry and apple orchards, prim ladies and sociable old gentlemen, happy children, and many dogs, Pine Avenue was one of the most beautiful streets at that time in the city of Erie. Many, many cherry trees grew there, and the whole territory was like a beautiful garden. At the Five Corners were Albert Steiner's grocery store, Omer's restaurant, and Gloth's grocery on the northwest, the Senate home. The old J.R. Renderly farm lay where Mercyhurst College campus is now. The old brewery cellar was at what is now called 38th and Pine Avenue. Here the Renderly Brewery stood, later razed by fire. It was formerly the Weschler Brewery. And you can read more at this website. Just go to xteenthewriter.com, search out this Marvintown piece. Here's a map of Marvintown, and here is the 5-point intersection. Right here. This Marvintown map from the 1876 Atlas of Erie County shows a detailed list of who lived there when the city of Erie did not extend that far south. Marvintown was originally situated in Mill Creek Township. This has been Christine Lorraine Morgan, and I want to thank you for checking out this story on Marvintown. Take care. Which was built in 1883. It wasn't built. Oh, start over. Shut up. He lived in the Senate Place, which formerly stood on the Mr. Marvin's wife was Anne Humphreys, a niece of many cherry trees. At the five corners were not extend that far south. Marvintown was originally situated in Mill Creek Township. We're going to try that again.